and welcome to This Week in Ocean City. I'm Logan Duble. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the home of all things Ocean City, Maryland. We break down the biggest and hottest stories of the week and also shine a light on local businesses. We'll begin this show with the latest local COVID-19 news and what it all means for holiday travel. We also have the very latest on council discussions surrounding June solutions. Later, we'll bring you an update about the fate of the Trimpers Haunted House in 2021, along with new dates for the Wine Festival. Additionally, we'll provide you with a guide to New Year's in Ocean City and show you some holiday gifts with local ties. Finally, we'll close out the show with some OC history and even an opportunity to make history of your own. Thanks so much for joining us once again, and now, let's get to the news. As always, let's begin with the latest on the coronavirus in Maryland. The statewide positivity rate now stands at around 7.5%, but in Worcester County it creeped up to almost 10%. That is the first time it has been that high since late this spring. Earlier this week, we heard from Governor Larry Hogan, who discussed the rollout of the vaccine, which just began shipping out across the nation. Among the first to be vaccinated in Maryland are hospital workers and nursing home residents as part of Phase 1A. Phase 1B will involve more vulnerable populations and those with pre-existing conditions. The first major batches of doses are expected to roll out in the next 2 weeks with the support of the Maryland National Guard. PSAs about the vaccine will also begin popping up shortly. Ahead of Hogan's press conference, Dr. Karen Salmon, State Superintendent of Schools, urged officials leading the vaccine plans to prioritize educators. The governor said that teachers will be part of Phase 2, and that is already approved. He emphasized that the vaccine is a sign of optimism, but there is still a long way to go. Other big news Hogan announced this week is a new directive for out-of-state travel. Those traveling to or from Maryland must either receive a negative COVID-19 test or quarantine for 10 days. Travel is also limited to essential employees only. In terms of in-state travel, it's a personal choice, though Hogan advises against anything that isn't essential. He also reduced the indoor gathering limit from 25 people to 10. Well, heading into the holidays, there are also a lot of mixed sentiments about the safety of holiday travel. This week, we checked in with officials at the local health department and town government for a definitive answer about what's safe and what's not. The reality is that no place is COVID-free, but traveling with your immediate family while wearing masks anywhere outside your hotel room seems to be the safest option. Tourism and health officials emphasize that crowds are much lower at this time of year and that families must make personal decisions, but recognize that there is risk associated with any travel. For an in-depth story about holiday travel and the difficult decisions many families are making this year, head over to oceancity.com. We should note that there are now more opportunities for drive-through COVID-19 testing in Worcester County. On December 31st, January 7th, and January 14th from 12:30 to 3:30, you can head to the West Ocean City Park and Ride. You must have an appointment and live or work in Worcester. You can call 410-632-1100 to schedule an appointment and get that test. Now to your Ocean City headlines, where the top story is a major shakeup in the restaurant business. As the Dispatch first reported, BJ's will soon be torn down and replaced by a new restaurant called Windward OC. The new owner is none other than the team that manages the Boardwalk properties. It's unclear exactly when the demolition will begin, but the Town Planning Commission approved the site plan this week, and the restaurant likely plans to close its doors sometime in the next few months. The new place will be 2 stories high and feature an area on the sand along with a rooftop deck. To meet modern zoning requirements, the building will be a bit further back from the water. Concerns over parking, noise, and wildlife were all raised during a recent meeting, but it seems as though the new leadership team is looking to create the ambiance of a more traditional beach restaurant, not something so extensive with entertainment like Secrets. Fisher Architecture is responsible for the construction of a new site, and if you're looking to head to BJ's and enjoy one of your last meals at the local staple, they are closed now but will reopen the day after Christmas. Coach's Corner Diner is also shutting down. Their last day will be December 23rd. Now we are looking ahead to next June, when the mayor and council are hoping not to see anything like this year. The hectic month featured a rise in crime and far too many altercations. While the solution remains unclear, council members are looking to start preparations right now. At a council meeting last week, former candidate Nicholas Eastman proposed stricter enforcement of minor crimes, referencing a criminology principle known as the broken window theory. Eastman holds that if smaller crimes such as marijuana smoking and drinking are addressed, then people will feel less welcome to commit more serious offenses. The theory was well received by council members. Additional plans include bringing in more seasonal police officers, and Chief Ross Bizzurro recently said that applications have increased significantly for 2021. Even better, 6 new officers just joined the force this week. The department also just released a brand new recruiting video, and while all plans regarding June solutions are just preliminary, there's a strong agreement across the board that something must be done. State Senator Mary Beth Carrozza held a roundtable event last week and heard from top Ocean City officials about the issues that matter most. Ashley Harrison of the Harrison Group spoke on behalf of many businesses and hotels, advocating for the retention of the $11 minimum wage through the end of 2021. This would help businesses as they recuperate from the pandemic. Susan Jones of the Hotel Motel Restaurant Association pushed for a Maryland tourism tax credit, and Mayor Rick Meehan discussed possible legislation regarding rental platforms such as Airbnb to pay taxes so that localities do not continue to face deficits from uncollected revenue. All these ideas are quite bold, and Carrozza will undoubtedly take them back to Annapolis when the legislative session begins again on January 13th. Now to some good news on the annual Wine Festival, which was postponed this year due to the pandemic. In 2021, the popular Wine Fest will take place in earlier September, the 10th and the 11th at the Inlet Lot. This will ensure that the event does not conflict with the pop-up rally as it has over the past few years. In addition, the Ocean City Council approved a request to hold a Wine on the Beach special event on May 14th and 15th, giving patrons a new spring event. These new dates do not conflict with any other currently scheduled major special event. Well, in case you missed some of these Ocean City headlines, here's what you need to know. First, the town is looking to create 6 different bicycle paths and is almost ready to open for bids. The project is expected to start in March and finish up by the end of the year. Also, a story that's out of this world. On December 21st, this Monday, people on the Eastern Shore will see a Christmas star, which is when Jupiter and Saturn appear to be extremely close. This only happens every 800 years, so make sure you look out into the night sky on Monday. Well, we can now officially say have no fear about this next story, at least until next summer. Lots of news circulated over the past few weeks about the possible closure of Trimper's Haunted House ride, which has been open since 1964. However, it has since been announced that the ride will reopen in the summer of 2021. Trimper's president Antoinette Bruno said that she had extended the lease and waited over a month for a signature. Late last week, the documents were signed, and Trimper stated that the Haunted House will continue its storied history of bewitching and thrilling patrons. We look forward to seeing the ride back next summer. Well, moving on now, if you haven't checked out the Winterfest of Lights, you still have a couple of weeks left. Winterfest runs Wednesday through Sunday nights from 5:30 to 9:30 until January 2nd. The event was canceled on December 16th due to inclement weather, but don't worry, it reopened on the 17th. Take a look at some of these great displays. Masks are required when social distancing is not possible, but remember, it's a walkthrough event this year since the tram would not have allowed for social distancing. There are also mobility devices available for patrons to rent if necessary. Tens of thousands of people have already visited so far, and if you're looking to take a picture of your kids with Santa, he will be there through December 23rd, and after, he'll have to head back to the North Pole. Tickets are $5 for those 12 and older and free for children 11 and younger. Make sure you don't miss out on this exciting winter event. Now to breaking news from town officials and the health department. Out of an abundance of caution, the town just announced that the New Year's fireworks show will be canceled. Winterfest remains open. It's unclear exactly why the decision was made, but there is likely correlation to the rising positivity rate in Worcester County, which almost hit 10% this week. The health department will undoubtedly face questions about why Winterfest remains open and the fireworks are canceled. Stay tuned for more details as they become available. Also on New Year's Day, don't miss out on the 27th annual Penguin Swim at the Princess Royale Beach on 91st Street. The action all starts at 1 p.m. and is all to benefit the heroes at Atlantic General Hospital. This year, more than ever, we know how important our frontline workers are. Face coverings are required for everyone, and you can head to the link on the screen to register. Well, did you see this? Take a look at some of these photos of the R-8 submarine, which was just found off the coast of Ocean City. It was one of 27 ordered by the Navy in World War I. The ship did not play a role in the war, but served in trainings and operations in Pearl Harbor in the 1920s. It was part of the reserve fleet in Philadelphia by 1930, but sunk in the Navy Yard in 1936. It was then raised and used again for aerial bomb testing, but 4 close calls with 100-pound bombs resulted in its venture down to the ocean floor. Atlantic Wreck Salvage located the shipwreck, which still appears to be situated upright. Crews plan to eventually dive deep down into the ocean to take a closer look, but that is one cool ship. For our local business segment this week, we're talking everything New Year's. Normally we spend this time of year saying a fond farewell to the past year, but it seems as though this time around everyone is racing to 2021. If you're planning on spending the holiday in OC, we have you covered. The Residence Inn by Marriott has ball drop packages including a VIP option with a direct bay view, a stocked fridge of beverages, and late night fare of your choice. That's just $219 with a view of the first annual Bayside Balcony Ball Drop. There will be entertainment from 6 to 10 p.m. and you can also check out details at the Grand Hotel and Spa as well as a Loft Ocean City. As usual, there are also some great dining options including at fan favorite Secrets. Reservations are required and there are 4 separate seatings with a 3-course meal for $59.99. Dinner includes a salad, appetizer, and main course. Regular beverages and a champagne toast are also included. There is of course live music. Over at Longboard Cafe though, reservations are also open for a 4-course dinner and open bar, all for a cost of $100. Carryout is also available for $60 per person. It is recommended that you reserve extra tables because seating is limited by state COVID restrictions to 6 people per table. Also on the list are Pickles Pub, the Original Green Turtle, and Billy's Sub Shop. For a full guide to New Year's in OC, visit our website, and we also have Christmas Eve and Day dining options posted. That also includes Fagers and Harpoon Hannah's. Christmas is now less than a week away, and some of you might be looking for a few more gifts. The Art League of Ocean City has creations with local ties that make for the perfect presents. First, check out the new cookbook, We Made It. The book, which sells for $29.95, was created this year as an Art League fundraiser to emphasize the important role cooking has played in helping people get through the pandemic. There are also great paintings, jewelry, and other works in there. You can take a look at the work of Spotlight Gallery artist Megan Burak of Beach Realm Creations. She has prints, puzzles, calendars, mugs, and note cards, all with an Ocean City spin. For these gifts and works from other artists, head to the Art League shop link on your screen. The in-person gift shop is also now open. Additionally, we encourage you to check out our recent article about the many great things the Art League accomplished in this very challenging year. Before we highlight a piece of Ocean City history, we want to tell you about an opportunity to make some history of your own. As we turn the page on 2020, the Life Saving Station Museum is launching a new project entitled Save Our Stories. COVID-19 has had an impact on everyone in various different ways, and the museum wants people to send in accounts of their experiences. Whether it's a short story or a lengthy narrative, the museum is excited to preserve history from one of the wildest years on record. Finally, some history about a special local business. At the most joyous time of year, we are putting the spotlight on Candy Kitchen, home to the fantastic saltwater taffy and delicious creamy fudge, along with countless other sweet treats. Family owned since 1937, the business was actually founded in the aftermath of the Great Depression to help bring people the sweeter things in life. Over the past 8 decades, the business has expanded to 19 stores, including 12 in Ocean City. Many remain open during the off-season, and as we face tough times this holiday season, a trip to the Candy Kitchen is the perfect recipe for joy. And that's it for this edition of This Week in Ocean City. I'm Logan Dubel. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back on January 10th with a new show. But for now, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at OceanCity.com. We can't wait to see you back here in 2021.